welcome back to Dakota's Does Dressage. It's been a while since I've been able to get up and actually see Dakota. We've been doing a lot of work at home actually on our bathroom. Our bathroom had a leak and that's turned into like a whole renovation project, and so pretty much every weekend I'm working with my husband and my dad and my uncle to renovate our bathroom this summer. But that means I haven't been up to see Dakota in a long time. So today I just wanted to check in with him. I want to put the saddle on him. I'm editing right now, and I just want to interrupt myself to say that before I began working on Dakota, my plan was to just give him a quick groom and get him kind of clean enough to put the saddle on and just see what his reaction was. And if he had a good reaction, or at least not a bad reaction to having the saddle on, I would go ahead and work him on the ground with the saddle on. Or if he was still not liking the saddle, I'd take that off and just do some groundwork. But this actually turned into a huge grooming and massage session that I wasn't anticipating. So I'm actually just going to massage him and share that and break this video up into a couple different segments because it gets very long. So you won't actually see me put the saddle on him at the end of this video. That's going to come in a later video. But still, there's some good stuff here to watch and learn, especially if you're interested in massage and body work, and see Dakota's reactions to what was supposed to be just, again, simple curry combing and grooming that took a different path. Just to see if he's still having the same reaction, because also the saddle fitter is coming in just a couple of days. So I want that information to be able to share with them. Either, yes, he's still acting this way, or nope, it seems to have gone away, but you know, we'll kind of cross into what that might mean with that professional. He doesn't look super thrilled to see me. He's kind of hiding back there, and I don't know if he's just tired. Everyone looks a little sleepy right now. But yeah, let's go ahead and groom him and try the saddle and just see what things are looking like. I wish I could be riding. Ooh, you seem to like that. I wish I could be riding this summer and building on the progress that we had last summer. Ooh, that's a good spot. But I want to talk about the silver lining to this situation, because I am, oh, there goes the other person. I am a person who loves to learn, and I still get to learn a new skill and build a new skill, even though we haven't been riding and doing Western dressage. So like right here, right now, he's loving this curry combing on his neck. Something feels really good. And so even though I could probably be done curry combing and move on to the next spot to try to get to getting the saddle on and maybe riding, I'm just going to take my time here. This means something right now. And so I feel like I'm just becoming a better horse person because I'm learning to listen more to my horse and read his behavior, and learning about body work has definitely opened that up for me. And he's like, he's never acted this way, curry combing him before. Which is maybe another reason why I didn't put him in the cross ties, because if he were in the cross ties, he couldn't do this. Like, his head would kind of be stuck in that spot. Oh yeah, that feels so good. My arm's getting tired, but I don't know if eventually I want to get certified and take on clients and do massage. But certainly for the benefit of the horse I have today and maybe future horses that I'll own, I think it's a really cool tool to have in my toolbox. So the method that I'm learning about right now is the Masterson method, and I have a book that I got on Amazon, so I can link that down below. And it's just kind of amazing that, oh, he's trying to eat the stall now. You think, if you've ever watched some massage videos, you know a little bit about what I'm talking about. You look for the horse to show signs of some relaxation and like blinking, slow blinking, twitching their muzzle, just little signs that they're responding to what you're doing to them. I would say what he's doing right now is a pretty big response. If this were painful for him, he wouldn't be letting me do it. He'd be like trying to get to the other side of the stall. So it's gonna show me. I don't want to be right in his space because I knew he was gonna turn towards me. But he's gonna do some big eye rolls and licks and chews. I've got the Pivo set to track me and not him. And that's like a huge release. He's saying that felt so good. Oh, there's the haw, the nictitating membrane, the third eyelid. Digging deeply back into my early days in 4-H horse bowl competitions where I had to learn a lot about horses, but maybe didn't necessarily know exactly what everything meant. So that was a nice big release. The fidgeting with his feet. He's turning away, so I'm just going to back up and give him a little bit of space. And he's going to continue yawning and releasing. Maybe I can tip the Pivo this way a little bit. It's going to fight me. Okay, I'm going to go back to curry combing here. Oh, yes. Feels so good. Right? And how many of us would have just come today and gone, I want to get my horse clean enough to get a saddle on and get right to the riding business. Because I don't have time for all of this. But you know what? At this point, I've learned, take the time. Maybe I'll set this to be on him while he's having all these releases and things. Ooh. Body, horse. Oh, good shake. He's getting so fat too. I need to talk with the barn owner about his weight management. Because he actually looked thin, a little underweight. You want more of this? Oh yes you do. He's looking a little underweight in the late winter, early spring. which we attributed to the Lyme disease, and started him on some grain, which quite honestly, he had to be on grain to get the doxycycline for the Lyme disease anyway, for the treatment. So he's been on a low fat, or no, I'm on low fat. He's on a high fiber, low starch, I guess. Yeah, high fiber, low starch grain. It's like a senior, it's Triple Crown Light senior grain. He's not getting a ton of it, but the grass has come in, and he's not wearing his muzzle anymore, and he has plumped up very quickly. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have amazing arms after this, and you're just gonna have like this beautiful loose neck. Hopefully. This is great. You're gonna get poop on your nose. Are you sniffing that now, or is this still because I'm curry combing you? Whew. Okay, noticing his stance. What's that about? It's like the end of the trail pose. I'm not sure if that's because of what I've been doing to his neck to balance himself. There, he's gonna rebalance. Or just because he backed up into the corner of his stall. There you go. Okay. I gotta switch arms. Little. On the underside. Get your chest. Seems to be liking that too. You're gonna be so shiny. Right here is like where he's really enjoying it. And you know, when I've been doing body work on him, there is a big muscle knot right here that I've been trying to work on for a long time. And the one thing about the Masterson method is he says go lighter so that they'll release it. Clearly right now I am not being light. So I'm not saying he's wrong by any means, but I think this is what is right for Dakota at this point. Oh, and same with his poll, like right here. You're acting like the cat. Okay, my arm's getting tired, so I'm gonna take a break. See See if he shakes out. He did a lot of yawning earlier, so I don't know if we'll get a yawn. No? Good? All right. So while he's clearly enjoying that, I am just gonna move to some other parts. So here in his shoulders and his withers, I want to be able to watch what he's doing. And his forearm muscles too could just be kind of tight, and it's pulling on the tendons in his lower leg. Been reading about that quite a bit. I'll give those a good curry. Right there seems to be a spot. See if he does anything. Blinking. Should have worn my Apple Watch to see what my heart rate's getting up to. It's a bit of a workout. He's in the zone for sure. He's lost basically all of his top line muscle. Not that he had a ton to begin with, but you can tell his top line is not well developed at all. He's got this big belly on him. Clearly not a horse in shape. Come over here. Woo. Work on where the pectoral muscles come under between the legs and back into the girth area. She seems to be somewhat responding to. Not like his neck, but still. There we go. Ooh, okay. Brush everything down. Start working on his hind end, which is like a rock right now. Like there's not really a lot of jiggle. So I'll see how loose I can get that. got a blink kind of up here. And he's relaxed his hip down, so that's good. I'm gonna get right in here. See how the muscle's starting to move a little bit more. Okay, see what he has to say about all of that. Nothing really. Let's do some poking and see if it's, yeah, it's a little looser. All right, working on his hamstrings. He was loving this a while ago. I put a reel on my Instagram. Just this spot right here. He was giving me some good reactions and releases. Like I'm not in a great spot, but I can get out of the way if I really need to. There's a lot of blinking. Like he's kind of bobbing his head. Okay, see if he says anything about that. Shifting some weight, blinking. Lifted his tail. He was passing gas while I was back there, kind of blinking. Just really going to give him some time to let him feel breath. There's some licking and chewing. Lots more blinking. Wow. More breathing, still more blinking. A little more licking and chewing. Okay. Good boy. Still not real loose. getting blinks here. Right, lots of blinking right there. So I'm just going to stay here for a second with my hand. Stay with him. I'm just going to let go because he kind of stopped blinking. Let's see if he has any more to say about that. Kind of dropped his head when I pushed there, so I feel like that's a spot he wants me to work on. Right back here. And just to avoid confusion, because I talked about how I am reading a book by the Masterson method, none of what I've done so far I would say is in line with what I'm reading in that book. I really just intended to curry comb him, but it's kind of turned into like reading what he's trying to tell me. And if he likes the amount of pressure and the feel of the curry comb, I'm just going to use that as a tool. But as far as any connection to the Masterson method goes, I'm really just reading his body language and looking for the blinks, which now I'm getting no blinks on this spot. So I'll move around a little bit. There's some blinks here. Lots of blinks. And then see if he says anything about it. Hard to know if the head shake was from a fly or from him responding to the work. But I have done hind end releases on him before, fully using the Masterson method, and I've gotten big releases from him, full on licking, chewing, yawning, rolling his eyes, from just simple things like putting my hand here on his sacrum. I'm not getting any blinks through here. Usually when I get closer to the dock of his tail, I get more of a reaction, more blinking there. Going a little bit lighter. And go a bit lighter, like air gap pressure. Definitely a release. Thank you for that. Good boy. So they're just testing to see if he's really still sore in his hamstrings, which, yeah, he's reactive to that. So I'm gonna not use the curry comb here and just more lightly with my hand kind of stroke down the muscle. And it might be kind of like his neck where it feels pretty good and he'll start to release that. Okay. Nothing major there. Still some fidgeting. Not saying I worked it out fully, but I'll come in, kind of squeeze down, and like no reaction. And if anything, I'm squeezing a bit harder than I was before. So that's like the fun part of this. I feel like I fixed something. All I had to do was kind of identify a pain point there, and then I got to fix something. That's really cool. I hope I fixed it. I didn't make it worse, right? That's always my big fear. So here I'm going to look for a blink to help him release his stifle. Yeah, there. He's trying to drop his hip into it. Okay, and I think we're gonna go around to the other side now.